Lashing out at people who have been testing you does not make you a bad person just because you lashed out at a person. It's healthy. You see that and this is my opinion. It's my opinion to say that lashing out on people can be healthy. Even if it's something that someone has done to you, you want to take on that trait as if it's yours. And it's not yours to carry. It's not yours to bear. It's not yours to have. The reason I'm making this video is that I was at work a few days ago and a colleague came into my working space, and this colleague had a very strong smell to him, and he was smelling so bad to a point where my eyes were like tearing up. I couldn't look at him. I kept like turning my head and like smiling and like you know, but internally I was dying. Like I was dying. All of a sudden there was this switch and it was like, wait, hold on, is it actually him that is smelling, or is it me smelling up this place right now? Oh my god, like what if I am the cause of this painful stench? What suddenly was like, damn, I am the cause of this stench. And it's so weird because I know that I smell good, especially in that moment. I knew that I was smelling good, but something in my mind literally took over and was like, yeah, Brandy. The way that my brain works sometimes, and either I'm not the only person that feels like this, but like my brain literally made up a whole logical explanation as to why I'm the person smelling and why I only started noticing the smell when he came in, because somehow, you know, I was so used to the smell that was in my environment, because you get used to smells fairly quickly, right? And then when he came in, it kind of like changed the balance of like the air, and then all of a sudden I wasn't used to my own air anymore, and I started smelling my own air and I started smelling myself, and I'm just like this thought process happened very, very quickly, and it was like so logical to me in my head that it is me that is smelling, even though I know I showered, I know I'm wearing 3 different types of perfume, and I know that I smell good. Like, you know, that's how your mind fucks with you. And I'm very grateful that I'm able to look at my behavior and a lot of my thoughts, intrusive thoughts, annoying thoughts, look at them like, okay, why is this happening and how can we fix this, or how can we make it hurt less, how can we make it, you know, disappear, basically, because this is not actually something you want. Like, let's be honest, I don't want to have this. And I'm very happy that I'm working towards like getting rid of it, because that's literally my goal. I don't want to feel like this. I don't want to be like, someone tweeted, oh, doing X, Y, and Z makes you a fake friend, and I don't want to be in my head like, oh my god, have I ever done X, Y, and Z? Could this person have perceived me as doing X, Y, and Z? I think I've done X, Y, and Z to this person. I'm a bad friend. I'm like, meanwhile, X, Y, and Z is not even part of my dictionary. You know what I mean? Like, it never happened. And listen, if it happens to be actually true, like, let's say, okay, I have a gap. I have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful gap. But there's a lot of people on this earth who think that gaps are ugly. So someone tweets, people who have gaps are inherently ugly. I'm not gonna take that as, oh wait, I have a gap, so I'm ugly, because that is a fact, you know, like, it is a fact that I have a gap, but it's not a fact that I'm ugly. That's just that person's opinion, and the thousands and hundreds and I don't know people who liked or retweeted, or that is their opinion. Having a gap does not make me ugly because that person said it makes me ugly. Being an introvert does not make you a bad person because people on the internet say that being an introvert makes you a bad person. Lashing out at people who have been testing you does not make you a bad person just because you lashed out at a person. It's healthy. You see that and this is my opinion. It's my opinion to say that lashing out on people can be healthy, considering the situation, of course, but the way I grew up and where I grew up, it definitely, like, it taught me that lashing out on people is necessary sometimes, because people will not listen otherwise, and it's not your responsibility to carry the hurt and the anger and the negative energy that they've put upon you, to hold it inside and like not like give it back to them. Whatever they gave to you to make you feel that way, give it back to them. Anyways, let's get back to the point. got my body mist and like sprayed it into air, 2 pumps in the air, and I was like, okay, it smells like me again. Like this, it smells like me again. His smell was still like, he had left at that point. He had left. His smell was still like lingering, you know, because smells linger. But I was like, okay, now I can smell like 2 different things, and it's like kind of like unlocked something in my head, and it kind of reminded me of the fact that, girl, you have a bottle of perfume mist in your bag, a big bottle at that too, and you're not the person smelling. Like that is how it happened. Like in that moment, I think taking out that perfume bottle and spraying it reaffirmed me that, okay, I'm smelling good in this moment. I want to tell you how to get to the bottom of it. Like, why do you do this? I saw an article online that says believing the worst about yourself becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy because you keep searching for evidence to validate that belief you hold about yourself. Listen, your thoughts, and I know you've heard this 1,000,000 and 1,000 and how many times, I don't care, you've heard this 1,000,000 times. Your thoughts create your reality. Your thoughts create your reality. If you have a negative image of yourself in your mind, in your subconscious mind, this is very important. If you have a negative self-image in your subconscious mind, I'm so sorry. First of all, I am so sorry. I want to give you a hug because that's not a nice thing to have. And sometimes you don't even know that you have a negative self-image because you have a healthy ego. Like for me, for instance, I do have a healthy ego. I believe in myself. I love myself a lot. I love myself out loud. But at the same time, there's like this flip side to myself where the things that were put into my head as I was growing up in like very important developing stages kind of like tainted the image I had of myself in my mind, and it's still tainted. Like I'm working on it and I'm very happy about where I am, and even if it's still going wrong, it's really nice to like notice, oh my god, wait, does not actually have to be like this. You believe that you are a bad person, you believe that you are a bad friend, you believe that you're a lazy person, you believe that you're an angry person, you believe that you are an aggressive person. And these beliefs that you hold about yourself in your subconscious mind might not even be your beliefs. They might have been projections, and I'm not even gonna scratch the mic. They are things that people put into your head. There are things that people labeled you as. There are things that people projected upon you. There are things that people just like used as an excuse to treat you bad. And I'm very, very sorry that you went through that, because it's not a nice thing. It doesn't feel good to be seen as someone that you know deep down you are not. But if people continuously and like consistently put those beliefs into your head, especially when you're an impressionable child, a teen, it becomes super hard to like distinguish between what people have said about you and what you actually believe yourself to be. For me, for instance, I know that I grew up around mainly white people. I believe that at my core I am an outspoken person, but I was forced to speak a lot about the unjust that happened to me, that happened to my siblings. And I was labeled this aggressive and angry and loud person. I know a lot of Black women can relate to this. So it's like at some point I did believe that about myself. And when you believe things about yourself, not only do you look for confirmation, not only do you look for evidence, even if there's no evidence at all, even if you have to make up the evidence, you are going to look for evidence and confirmation for those behaviors that you believe are yours, which were never yours to begin with. So you might start acting in that way, and that's also something that I think is very important to talk about, because even if you're not, you literally become your thoughts. And if you think that you're a bad human being, then you will start acting in that way at some point, which is why it's very important for you to find yourself, to know who you really are, to see what image you actually have of yourself, or what image you would like to have of yourself, and what type of person you want to become, and work towards getting to that image, work towards becoming that person, instead of like wallowing in this negative self-image and just saying like, okay, this is it, like this is what I'm gonna be forever, I'm doomed. No. let's say, okay, for instance, this is a very, very important thing, and I need you to listen. If this happens to you, get some therapy. Like, that's all I can say. Go get some therapy. You can watch as many YouTube videos as you want. They're going to help you on your journey, but you need therapy. So let's say walk into a table, or you stub your toe, or you fall down, like anything that harms your body, anything that hurts you. You think, I deserve that. That was a punishment for something I have done. I shouldn't have done X, Y, and Z. Then this wouldn't have happened. That is a very, 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 very dangerous way to think, and a very, very dangerous way to live. It's another manifestation of this whole, okay, I saw a tweet or a post about someone being a bad person, quote unquote, and I projected it upon myself. I feel like hurting yourself accidentally and immediately thinking that this is what I deserve, I have to be punished right now, even if you haven't done anything, and even if you did something, like, that is a crazy way to think. You cannot think that just because you accidentally run into a door or whatever, that you're being punished by some higher power. That's not how it works. That's not how God works. That's not how it works. You know what's funny? Most people who are actually bad, let's say Diddy, okay, they don't concern themselves with thoughts like the ones that are haunting you. They don't concern themselves with thoughts like, oh my God, I did this. Am I a bad person? I did that. Am I a bad person? No, they beat up people in hotel hallways and go on with their day like nothing happened, like they didn't offend anyone, like they did not just commit a sin. They go on with their life like actual bad people. And I don't want to say that there isn't bad people who do not reflect on the evil that they do, but I do not think that, let me not actually say bad, because what is good, what is bad at the end of the day, it is subjective, unless you're like rapists or murderers in some cases, in a lot of cases, but not all cases, you know, or like you're actively and recklessly endangering the life of people, especially children. What is it really to be a bad person? You know, you can have bad actions, but when your bad actions overweigh your good actions, I think that is when a person can be labeled as a bad person. People who are truly bad in that sense do not concern themselves with, oh my God, did I do this thing that makes someone bad? Did I do this thing to hurt that person? They don't think like that. So even though it's a very hurtful and annoying and unnecessary and heavy thing to deal with, like these thoughts like, oh my God, am I that, I'm that, da 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 da, the simple fact that you concern yourself with whether you're good or bad, you concern yourself with whether you hurt somebody, if you're hurting other people, I think that is a sign of a good person. Even if it manifests so negatively in your life, I believe that that is a sign of being good. Wow, that was a word. God, thank you. If you don't know who you are, if you don't look at your actions, your real actions, like what you actually did, not what your mind is projecting onto you, not what your mind is making you think that you did, when you actually look at what you did, you're not going to end up in a position where you're apologizing to a person who hurt you. Somehow your mind made it seem like you were the person hurting another person, when that person literally stabbed you right in your face, right? So what steps could you take to get past this? The first step obviously is therapy. I've mentioned it before. I think that having an outside person listen to what you're going through and give you an outside perspective is a very, very, very helpful thing. I know myself more, I understand myself more, I have more compassion for myself. Therapy, love. I would recommend it to anyone, even if you feel like you're fine. So number 2 would be journaling. I know this is also a very common tip, but it makes sense, because if you write down those negative beliefs about yourself, if you read them, you're gonna be like, this is not actually me. Like, you see your thoughts, or if you hear your thoughts back, and kind of lose a little bit of their power or like validity, because I'm reading this about myself and I'm not agreeing. But when you're just in your head and it's just thoughts, and you're trying to fight against your mind, I think it's much harder to like combat those thoughts. I feel like when I video journal and I get to speak to myself and with myself, it is such a healing experience because I am kind of like I'm speaking with two sides of myself. I'm speaking from the lower side and I'm kind of like answering from my higher side. And I don't know, I love video journaling because you get to capture the emotions as well. You get to capture the looks, the I don't know, like the non-verbal stuff that you might not catch when you're just like journaling while you're writing. And if you rewatch those video journals, I don't know, it's just something that I've really enjoyed. It's beautiful to just talk, and I could like talk for an hour. I could talk to myself for an hour and not get tired, and I wouldn't even notice that an hour has passed. But when the hour has passed, I'm like, I feel so free. Everything makes so much sense because now the thoughts are not just in your head, but you're hearing them. Okay, you are hearing them, and you are hearing what you're saying, and you can like tweak the things and be like, wait. And it's kind of like rereading your journal, but in that moment you're actually like, right now I'm hearing what I'm saying, right? So when I talk about what is going on, I'm hearing what I'm saying immediately, and I can immediately like connect to my highest self and feel better. And also what you're gonna get from journaling is that sometimes maybe you do have that negative trait that you saw in that tweet or in that Instagram post, but when you journal about it, you can see that it's not actually that detrimental to you. Like, it's something fixable, and it's not something that is world ending, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, we're all humans, we all make mistakes, we all have our vices, we all have our tics or whatever, so sometimes even if that trait does apply to you, you can see through journaling and through therapy that it's not as bad as you make it seem in your mind, and it's not as bad as these people on the internet make it seem, so get into that, like get into understanding yourself. Number 3, listen to affirmations for self-image, confidence, and trust in yourself. It is proven that affirmations help to rewire your subconscious mind because of your beliefs that are stuck in your subconscious mind. These thoughts pop up. So if you listen to affirmations consistently about, I don't know the exact title, but it's called it's for self-confidence from Lavender. I love her affirmations because it's like she has a very soft voice and it's like very quick and compact, which I love. So yeah, number 4 would be to have patience and stay consistent. What I really need you to put into your heart and your mind is that it all takes time. It's not gonna change from today to tomorrow. It's not just gonna, you watch this one video or you spent the whole day now watching videos. It's not gonna change. It's helping. It's definitely helping, and it's definitely accelerating your growth. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to happen overnight. And I don't want you to lose trust in yourself. I don't want you to lose belief in yourself, because it's very easy to be like, okay, what I'm doing is actually not helping me. What I'm doing is fake, and imposter syndrome, and feeling like you're not actually getting better. But you are. I don't know how to explain it, but it's really like these little moments of realization of, oh wow, I handled this situation so much better than I would have had in the past, or I did not let this get to me like I would have let it get to me in the past, like it's like gradual little moments of that happening. Rewire your brain, reframe your thoughts, control what is going on in your mind. So I just want you to be patient and consistent, because that is really key. Don't stop. I'm very proud of you for watching this video. I'm very proud of you for watching another video after this. Maybe it doesn't have to be mine, but it has to have something to do with understanding yourself and accepting yourself. And yeah, this now brings me to my very, very last tip. And this is something that you can actively do from today. But every time you see something negative, you hear someone complain about another person, I don't know, anything happens that triggers you, I want you to either in your head or out loud affirm the opposite. I want you to combat that thought immediately, even if it feels fake, even if it doesn't feel real, even if it feels like you're lying. I want you to affirm the opposite, because that is how you teach your mind to be like, wait, the opposite could be possible as well. Even if it's like the first time it's gonna be like, second time it's still gonna be like, but by the 10th time that you have opposed that negative projection upon yourself, you're gonna be like, wait, I'm not actually this. Like, am I actually this? Like, you're gonna automatically start questioning that projection. You're gonna automatically think like, okay, wait, I know I'm thinking and feeling this right now, but it doesn't have to be true. And I think that is a very, very, very big step you can take towards like fixing your self-image, becoming the person that you want to become, and, you know, just letting go of that imagery that other people have put into your mind. I hope that this video brought you some sort of insight. I hope that you learned something about yourself, and I hope that I really just hope that I helped you with this, because I know how hard it is to feel like this. So I'm glad and I'm happy that I get to share this with you. And if you want to watch more of my videos, be sure to subscribe. If you liked this video, if you got any insight, if you gained anything from this, I would be so happy if you could like drop a comment and let me know what you liked the most, what you maybe didn't like, because I'm just starting out on YouTube. So I'm open to suggestions, I'm open to constructive criticism. Keep it cute, keep it nice, but you know, yeah, and obviously like the video, please. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.